Welcome to What the F***. It's like Modern Family, if by modern you mean dysfunctional, and by family you mean total strangers. Let's get a preview of tonight's show from Timothy Walton in our legal department. Hey, Timothy, what do we have in store for tonight's show?
Tonight, on What the F***, the panel will discuss Bergson's fallacy as it relates to dating, in particular with regard to handsome jerks getting busy with sorority girls. In the morning, those same handsome jerks can start sexting with a doctor. Let's just hope they don't complain about it on Facebook.
Thank you very much, Timothy. We'll join you at the end of the show. Let's meet tonight's panel, voted the most interesting people by the nation of Mauritius, which I hear is not a totally made-up country. In the far chair, she's more breathtaking than 30-pack years of smoking. It's Nurse Sarah Smith. In the middle chair, it's another nurse. It's Frankie J. She's so smart. Bill Nye is changing the name of his show to Bill Nye, the Frankie J guy. Better let your husband know. In between them, he's the host of KMVT's only live show, John Wants Answers. It's John Vink. If penetrating questions was a porta potty, Caltrans workers would do their business in him. And joining us via the interwebs, he's the host of the Q Conversations. It's Kai Chang. If engaging dialogue was a spa day, harried mothers would do him on weekends, and their husbands would pay for it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Issue number 1. If a man makes the ladies drool, why does he act like a tool? Slate columnist Jordan Ellensberg explores the dating ladies conundrum. Why handsome men tend not to be nice and the nice ones tend not to be handsome. Ellenberg hypothesizes that there is an equal distribution of men that are handsome versus ugly and nice versus mean, and all points in between, resulting in a square. Since ladies positively both notice both handsomeness and niceness, the mean, ugly men are not considered. So the square of all men is reduced to a triangle where the optimal man is both nice and good looking, but on the margin, the dateability is a trade-off between nice and good looking. So, the pool of dateable hunks ranges from really nice to not very nice, and the pool of nice guys ranges from hunks to uggos. Or, a man can be good at this. You know, they were going to make pole dancing an Olympic sport, but he would just win all the male versions. So they didn't, because it's not that competitive. But, hey, Sarah, let's see here. Handsome men are jerks. Ladies trafficking ugly and handsome. Buying this or not?
Yeah, I think there's definitely an element of truth to that. I mean, I know a lot of nice, handsome guys, and then we get our fair share of some who are not.
Okay.
On either side of the spectrum. So you know, I think handsome guys tend to think they don't have to be as nice because they still, you know, can get some early on, and then, you know.
Okay, but does so this is not a revelation to you?
No, not at all.
Is it a disappointment?
No, I think it's just the reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, anyways, I guess Timothy did allude to this as Bergstrom's fallacy, that the correlations come from the same effect. Do you have an idea what this effect is, that is commonality between the desire for ugly or handsome versus nice?
Well, you know, you want a guy who's going to treat you right, but you also want a guy who's, you know, appealing and attractive, and, you know, attractiveness comes in all sorts of shapes and shades and personality types and whatnot, but you know, I think women still want a guy who's going to treat her well.
Okay, so it comes from the common effect that you want it all.
Absolutely.
But you can't have it all often, right?
That's debatable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, John, are you buying this? What category do you fall in on the square?
Well, hey Jim, I'm glad you asked. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't as good looking as I am today.
And then what happened?
I grew into my good looks.
Oh,
so
you
I had
grew
to
into
rely
it?
on being nicer. And now that I'm older, I got both the good looks and the nice.
How did you acquire the good looks as you got older?
I think I just grew into my face better.
Is
I was very skinny as a kid,
right?
And now I hit, you know, middle age, and I got, you know, I filled out.
You filled out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So no plastic surgery?
No.
No enhancements?
I'm getting braces.
Okay. No flashing the money? That doesn't help at all?
I have more money now than when I was younger too.
Okay.
So that can't hurt.
Is that an illustration of Bergstrom's fallacy then? A common effect? Because women want it all, and that's one of the qualities women want, right? Right, ladies? Am I right?
They want money, they want good looks, and they want nice.
Yes.
I've got it all.
Okay. Okay, but before you didn't have it all.
Before I had almost none of that.
Okay, and you're still a nice guy.
All I had was nice. That's all I had.
As you,
now I have it
as
still.
as the other qualities have gone up, have you been able to lessen the niceness?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think the point is illustrated, ladies and gentlemen. Frankie, as a nurse, what's your take on this?
Well, do you have a girlfriend now? Is that helping?
I'm
You
available for consultations.
You use the term singular, girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
There could be more, right,
Well,
John?
maybe there's more.
There could be.
There could be, but he
But doesn't seem to be, huh?
no, he's just keeping it coy because the mystery is also one of the qualities,
Yes.
right?
Oh, mystery.
Mystery.
Like whether or not he has a girlfriend, whether or not he's an axe murderer, little things like that, right?
Yeah.
But there you go, right?
Yes.
So,
So what?
But what's your take on this?
I forget the question.
Yeah, ladies have to trade off between hot and ugly. Hot and ugly, and nice and not.
No, I want a nice, common-looking guy who's gonna treat me fair, and vice versa, right?
So you prefer nice to hotness?
Yeah.
If you had a choice?
Yeah.
Sarah, same thing?
I would rather someone who, he didn't have to be like sculpted, but someone who definitely took care of himself, yes, as we get older.
Speaking of
Then you can't rely on the looks.
Speaking of guys in the square, Kai, I almost forgot about you. What's your take on this?
So the way to look at it, actually, I think, is it's a attractiveness from a woman's standpoint is a composite of things. Guys have a much more simpler desire of what's attractive is fairly congruent amongst different men, but for women, what's attractive to one woman is not attractive to another. Things like height, income, earning potential, and also random factors. I mean, the whole idea of niceness. Think about the fact that pretty much every mass murderer gets like fan mail for women that will randomly solicit him for marriage. Like in prison, on death row, you don't see death row women, to the extent to which there are any, getting tons of solicitations. There is that dark side of fascination with, for lack of a better expression, evil. There's a notion of dark triad, Machiavellianism, narcissism, and sociopathy that is attractive. If you look at like what women fantasize about, look at the multi-billion-dollar industry of romance novels. What are the female protagonists? Who is she paired off against?
Kai, we got it. It's the end of the segment. It's all right.
Yes.
All right.
No worries.
Boy, he waxed poetic. Issue number 2. Are girls easy if they have a pedigree? An article from the journal Social Psychology Quarterly, which I only read for the dirty pictures, concludes that working-class college girls are actually less sexually promiscuous than upper-class sorority girls. According to the author, sorority girls label their working-class counterparts sluts as a means of social exclusion from higher social circles despite sleeping around more themselves. For further comment, we turn to the president and vice president of the Atherton Junior League. Wow, those Atherton Junior League meetings are kind of brutal. I hope no one broke a hip there.
Jeez.
But, all right.
I didn't realize it was so
All right,
old.
Kai, I'm going to let you redeem yourself. Give me a more pithy answer. Sorority girls more promiscuous than non-sorority stereotypes. Are you buying this or not?
The most lied about things is sex and money. So the fact that people in a sorority are most likely to have an incentive to lie, therefore I question the very methodology that gets this information.
Okay.
How do you know what's the reliability of the self-reported surveys?
That is true, but would sorority girls lie about having more sex or less sex?
They would lie about less. Women tend to lie down, men tend to lie up.
Yes, but the study concluded that if they are lying, they're lying more. So what's your take on that? It's okay to have your mind blown.
The stakes are higher with the higher you are in socioeconomic standards. So I think people in college educated environments, upper middle class, there is a stronger incentive to lie more.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
I think to the extent there was the skew would be there's more lying going on at the upper education and income classes than the lower education income classes.
All right. Sarah, were you in a sorority?
I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
So what's your take on this?
So yeah, I mean, I have to say, I think maybe the author of the study was someone who's disgruntled and didn't get into the house that she wanted, and now here's her take. Now that she's a PhD and can publish research, that now she can go after those sorority girls and skew her research and get back at them. Because yeah, I would tend to think that the girls that I knew, myself included, you know, we were not sleeping around.
Okay.
So
we have to take your word for that as a self-reported study, correct?
Correct, absolutely. Does it say sly?
I wouldn't know, but Frankie, did you go to college?
Yes.
Were you in a sorority?
No.
What's your take on this?
Well, I was a GDI, so I didn't.
Oh, so you did go to parties.
Well,
Timothy will tell us what a GDI is on the fact-checking segment, I'm sure. But so you did go to parties.
I went to parties, but
you weren't in a sorority.
The sorority girls that I knew did not do any slut slamming at all.
No slut slamming.
No.
But did they put out?
It was equal. It was just as much as independence as the sorority girls were putting out.
So you put out as equally as a sorority girls?
Absolutely, man.
How do you quantify that?
But, you know, birth control had just come in.
Okay.
Everybody was partying, man. And there was drugs everywhere. And it was free love. It was amazing.
And you still remember it all?
Most of it.
Okay, most of it. Hey, John, what's your take?
Hey, Jim.
You went to college, right?
I went to college, but we didn't have sororities or frats or anything like that.
Really? So how did you deal?
I spent 4 years not getting any.
Oh, okay.
And not being invited to parties. Because as we discussed earlier,
Oh, you had to grow
I wasn't
into
good looking.
You had to grow into your good
back
looks.
then.
Right?
Yeah.
And the money.
Yeah, and I was a nerdy guy
Right.
who was like in the computer science program.
Right.
So those guys didn't get any luck. So we don't have any insight. If we knew where to find the slutty girls, we'd be there.
You would have been there.
We weren't invited to those parties. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have no take on this, right? You have no first-hand experience.
No first-hand experience, but I can figure that the poor women
Right.
are probably too busy at their jobs working,
Right.
you know, to be going out having sex. But the sorority girls have everything paid for.
Right. So they have a lot
They
of spare
have
time with it.
spare time to be doing that kind of stuff.
Now that you're single men again, will you be hanging out at the sororities? It's a yes or no question. Or maybe. Plead the fifth?
Yeah. How about some of that?
All right, on to our first break. All right, we are back from our first break. Issue number 3, what a text you make of your one-eyed snake. First Derm has designed a smartphone app that lets users send in pictures of their infected skin to a doctor for a painless diagnosis without the hassle of an actual doctor visit. While designed to allow users to get treatment and diagnosis for all types of skin ailments, First Derm admits that over 70% of the photos sent are from below the waist. They also claim that over 70% of all conditions can be treated by over-the-counter medications. Now they've added video. Let's see some of their beta testing footage.
Oh, God.
I wonder what his diagnosis is. Hey, Frankie, you're a nurse. What does he have there?
Well, he has a rare disease and it's a scaly undersea infection.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, diagnosis by texting. Good idea or bad idea?
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
You keep those psychos out of the office and the ER.
It furthers your preference of look but don't touch?
No kidding, man. I mean, how many rubber gloves can you possibly put on when one of those guys walks into your ER?
Isn't that what you were saying to Sarah in the green room about who's doing the rectal exam at the end of the show?
Oh,
Well,
you
since I-
heard that?
Since I have
I'm
two
sorry.
nurses, I figure someone's administering the rectal exam at the end of the
Jeez,
show,
well,
right? You guys are.
We haven't drawn yet.
You're Rochambeauing, right?
That's right.
Then I'll go to the other nurse. Diagnosis by texting. Great idea or bad idea?
Great idea. I mean, it kind of, if guys would just glove it in the first place, this wouldn't be a problem.
That's
If
right.
their performance were not hindered, or their perceived performance were not hindered by keeping it covered in the first place, wouldn't have this problem. But since they insist on taking those risks, then yeah, it's a great idea.
Okay, all right. Now they say that the service is anonymous, but do you think the NSA is going to have a peek at this?
Don't they already have a peek at everything already?
Yes, but do you think they would want to have a peek at this?
Only if senators were involved.
All right. Or someone powerful and influential like John Vink here?
Right, and then they can just blackmail him.
Oh, okay. You think John is vulnerable to blackmail while dating sorority girls?
He possibly could be.
Could be vulnerable.
Yeah, with all his secrets.
That's right,
Yeah.
with all the secrets. Hey, John, you're familiar with the world of apps. Do you think, is there any way they can improve on this?
I'm glad you asked, Jim. So the turnaround time of this app is like a day or something.
Right.
What you need is an app to take a picture of someone else's genitalia right before stuff happens, so you know it's safe.
Okay.
So instead of a dick app, you have like in my case, a vagina app.
Wait a
Take a
minute.
picture.
Wait a minute. You have a vagina? Wait a minute. I'm missing
No,
something.
no, I take a picture of a vagina I'm going to be intimate with.
Okay. Oh.
Send it to a doctor. He says, yes, you're good to go.
All right.
And that's the kind of app I'd like to see.
You know, like they have the Google Glass that has the camera on the wearable devices.
I gotta get one of those.
Could you put one down there?
I suppose you could.
Yeah. You think Google will make one? Since now you work
No,
for
I do not think Google will make one.
them? Okay. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Right. That'd be interesting. Would you recommend it to your superiors?
No,
So everything can be networked, right?
no,
All right.
no. We don't want to get into that.
We don't wanna
So
get
I'm
into
sure there's a lot of websites who will come out with their own
Wearable devices.
wearable devices down there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
a camera nest.
Hey, Kai. I feel like I'm neglecting you. What's your take on texting your junk for a diagnosis? For health reasons, not for sex reasons.
No opinion on this subject whatsoever.
He's taking the fifth.
Oh my gosh, I think
Are
I
you
jumped.
kidding me?
I'll give you the last word since we got less than a minute left, Kai. Do you think this app would have saved or hurt Anthony Weiner's career?
I think people like Anthony Weiner are probably so chronically, his sense of self-preservation is just really not there. So someone like him, it's really not going to help. He's going to do some dumbass thing. If it wasn't this, it was something else that would have killed him. So it's just a matter of time in the case of someone as self-destructive as him.
All right, so he's gonna have the rash no matter what. I get. Okay, I get it. All right. Hey, issue number 4. Do birds of a feather Facebook post together? A new study by social scientists at Cornell, the University of California, San Francisco, and Facebook itself finds that posts can have a dramatic effect on your mood. Researchers found that seeing positive posts really did boost people's mood, and negative posts had the opposite effect. They also said the findings could have implications for public health. Quote, online messages influence our experience of emotions, which may affect a variety of offline behaviors, unquote. So, what was the most influential post? This.
Oh, I've seen this one.
I haven't seen this one.
Isn't this cute?
That's the most important.
Isn't Mr. Puppy?
Oh, you look like a little monkey.
I'm gonna teach that cat to be mean.
Man, that video just such a downer. I just really depresses me. I don't know about you. I'm sure you guys are as sad and depressed as I am. But
Makes me want to go get
hey, Kai, as a social media maven that you are, and a show that is, as a host of a show that's devoted to the internet and the media, what's your take on this?
It's people become self-reinforcing. We subscribe to things that reinforce our existing worldview. People that are naturally depressed look for bad news. People that are naturally cheerful look for things that corroborate their existing worldview. You look at the way that people tend to subscribe to things, political feeds that already reinforce their silos. Very few people deliberately seek out things that challenge their worldview. So,
Are you a normally happy guy or a sad guy then?
Normally upbeat.
Okay.
So
all your posts, all your friends' posts make you feel better?
Most of it, and the ones that are just aggressively, constantly complaining about this, that, and another, I end up just unsubscribing. You don't want the drama of unfriending them, then they go, "What, you unfriend me?" which creates even more negative feedback. But if you unsubscribe, from their perspective, you just simply don't comment very much on their stuff, and it's fairly invisible.
So all your posts are positive too?
Not all. I would say a good majority.
So all the posts of you dating hot women, positive posts?
I do not make posts about that. This is where do you get information?
I'm on your feed. I'm on your feed.
Tell. If you do that, it diminishes. You have the social uptick of that one hit, and then everyone else doesn't want to date you going forward. So the smart play is to be quiet about it.
Okay. All right. Sarah, what's your take? Facebook posts are contagious?
Well, you know, back in the sorority, we used to say enthusiasm is contagious. You know.
Are you sure that was enthusiasm or something else?
No, I'm pretty sure it was enthusiasm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not venereal disease. Okay.
No, that's what that app is for. We stay away from those
Okay.
guys. No, I would say absolutely. You know, try to keep things positive and upbeat. And you know, sometimes someone will reach out and say, "Hey, I need some support," and then you can offer it.
Okay. Do you plead on Facebook for support, or do you keep that more to a personal level?
I have asked for good thoughts on occasion, just, you know, launching my business or whatever it happened to be. Yeah.
Okay. As opposed to my dog died or something.
No, I don't have a dog to worry about that.
That's
yeah.
right. You're not that type of person. Okay, there you go. Frankie, you're the other nurse. Facebook posts contagious or not?
I guess they are. Not on Facebook, so I can't talk about that firsthand, but just in an environment around other people.
Right.
Yeah, if somebody disses you or
if there was a vaccine for Facebook posts, what do you think it would be? Oh, weird question.
Ah, vaccine.
Or treatment.
Well, yeah, not to be, don't be a bully, don't be mean.
Okay.
And the do unto others vaccine, that would be great, right? Don't treat other people like.
You mean as opposed to just turning off the computer?
Oh, there's the other problem. That'd be a great idea.
John is just like, what are you talking about?
The off button vaccine.
What is this turning off the computer? John, what's your take on this? Do your Facebook posts, are they contagious?
I think there are some people who are actually the opposite.
Right.
They see people's sad posts, that makes them happier.
Right.
Because they're a psychopath or something.
Right.
And when they see everyone else is happy, they get sad. Because, you know, they're sad that their life is not happy like this other person is.
Do you speak from personal experience?
No.
Because so you're just part of the red group of everybody else. Positive posts make you feel better?
I post mostly positive things.
But do you think that makes your friends feel better or worse?
They seem to like my posts a lot, so it must make them all happy.
Until they commit suicide and leave you a note?
I haven't had that yet.
Haven't had that yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. But you're working on it, right?
There's 2 people I'm focusing on to try and put them over the edge. Yeah.
Oh. Do I know them?
I don't want to name names either.
You want to name names here on the show? Yeah, is there an app that you can? Oh, I'm told I'm running out of time. So you escaped there. Hey, we are on to our second break, and we are back from our second break. And for those of us, if you have questions or comments or snide remarks, our contact information is below. Twitter and our email address is somewhere below here on the lower third of the show. So feel free to drop us a line, and hopefully we'll get back to you. We are on to our final segment of the show. This is our facts-checking segment. This is where we found out what went wrong during the course of the show. And for that, we join Timothy Walton again in our legal department. Hey, Timothy, how did we do tonight?
You people drive me nuts. I mean, come on. I'm working so hard to try to keep the show from getting sued. I mean, there are issues of liability when you say things wrong. For example, Jim, Mauritius is a made-up country.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps you're thinking of the small island in the Indian Ocean named the Republic of Mauritius.
Well, yeah, like I can pronounce these things correctly, right? Are you going to get technical on me on that? Tomato, grenada.
That's what lawyers do.
That's true. True. That's why we love them.
I don't know.
Again, Jim, quit saying things that are untrue.
You got to be more specific.
Nobody loves lawyers.
Oh, okay. That explains my love life.
Change professions.
Kai?
Yo.
You were talking about the efficacy of the sorority girls study. I just want to let you know that I verified it myself.
Oh, speaking from, well, see, firsthand, Timothy, that's anecdotal, and what is the plural of anecdote?
Anecdotes?
Data! Data!
What?
Good one. Good one. Sarah also questioned the validity of this study, but what she doesn't realize is that the author was actually Zeta Phi Beta.
I have no idea what sorority that is. In fact, can we tell the viewers what a GDI is that Frankie here referred to?
A GDI is goddamn independent, which means not a member of any fraternity or sorority.
Right.
Ah, okay. I thought that was gonorrhea, diphtheria, and
Oh, no.
But sorry. I've been wrong all this time.
I know it. All show long. Jeez. Timothy, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to keep trying to fix all the errors that you people made. For example, Sarah,
Tim.
your sorority sisters were sleeping around.
I take offense to that. Sorry. Mm-mm.
Also, there are other things that are contagious. That's why we have the Wiener app.
Good point.
The
Good point.
wiener.
Oh.
Speaking of which, Kai, Anthony Weiner is still alive.
Yeah, but he's probably not doing as well as he used to.
Yes.
John, I have investors wanting to fund your new app.
Send it my way. I'm on it.
All right, Timothy, you got a minute left.
John, see me later about where to find those kinds of parties, by the way. Frankie, you got the underwater scaly thing correct,
Yeah.
but you missed the diagnosis of priapism.
Oh, God, that was really good. Oh, my God. You are so right. I forgot all
Is
about
there a
that.
variation that causes it to be shaped like the nation of Japan?
I have no. Yeah, really, huh?
And finally, John, please quit trying to put me over the edge with your Facebook posts.
It's him.
I didn't want to name names, but you're a very observant kind of guy.
That's why he's an attorney.
You're sharing the love. You're sharing the love too much. Too much.
Edge.
I'm just trying to do my job as a fact checker.
All right, Timothy.
Thank
it looks
you,
like
Timothy.
we are out of time. Thank you very much, Timothy. Thank you very much to the panel and the crew, and thank you very much for watching. Later.